What's good, everybody? So tonight we're talking about Mortal Kombat, the new trailer that came out last week, Mortal Kombat 2. Um, that trailer was fucking amazing. It's a
Dude,
lot of
that
fun.
was outstanding. Bro, they pulled it off. Let me be honest with you
Uh,
right now.
the trailer made you feel like you were watching like the game come to life to the most extent. I like that they're centering this around Johnny Cage. I like that they have a more of a bigger budget. I think the first movie had like a $55 million budget. I think this one has like an $85 million budget. I mean, the quality looks a lot better compared to the first movie.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can honestly tell.
The Baraka might need a little more special effects touch up, but overall, like I thought he looked really good. Um, Carl Urban, I mean, you got a familiar face with the boys who he's familiar with a lot of the audience, but I buy him as Johnny Cage. He wasn't my first choice, but I really like what they're doing with him.
I completely understand that. I
You
mean,
know,
he's honestly like a washed up, like Johnny Cage, washed up in the 90s movies career. And I like what they're doing with this, to be perfectly honest. I can see why some people are kind of like, saying, like, man, he's not the right person to be Johnny Cage. I mean, like, we have to wait and see the movie for ourselves. It seems to me I think he can pull it off.
yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, they had to get a bigger name for the lead role.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what happened with the last movie where they brought in Louis Tan as Cole fucking Young, which um, obviously we saw quick two shots from the movie, so we know he's in the movie. My guess is like we're going to see a shot from the beginning of the movie somewhere because when we see Johnny Cage, it felt like you're seeing the beginning, and
Yeah.
then we saw another shot where it's like in the background it's Sonya, Liu Kang, Jax, and Raiden with Johnny Cage. So it kind of feels like Cole Young's going to die on this one. Let's hope he dies in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I'm honestly hoping they just kill him off right at the beginning. Pull a Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
Annihilation with
and it's nothing against Louis Tan. It's just look the guy. Nothing against the actor. It's just the studio thought it was a great idea to introduce a new character to really be the audience for this world, and that blew back in their face. And look, this has been a video game franchise or a beloved franchise for 30 years now, and it's like we don't need a new character to introduce us to this world. If you've watched the 95 movie, you would know that the 95 movie didn't introduce any new characters. It just gave you the thing you loved about the video games. And this one, the sequel for the first one, feels like Warner Brothers, the studio, is listening to what the audience and the fans said from the previous movie, and giving you what we think is what we want. We'll see when the movie comes out.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, um, the cast itself. I mean, let me get to the cast. We talked about Johnny. We talked about Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. I like what he's doing with this. There's a little bit of that Mortal Kombat legacy where like the Johnny Cage in that story was
You
a
can
washed up
honestly tell.
actor, but a Power Ranger. He was like this Power Ranger. They made him as, which was kind of ridiculous. Where this is just like he's a '90s washed up action star that people haven't seen or heard from. Kind of like nothing against Jean Claude Van Damme, but that's kind of what he's been for a long time. Like well known in the early '90s, kind of went away. Does a lot of B-list movies. Nothing against that, but that's kind of similarities I feel when I'm watching the Johnny Cage backstory because Johnny
Yeah,
Cage was inspired by Jean Claude Van Damme. So I
yeah.
kind of like to
I,
mirror
I
stuff
kind of,
between the two.
yeah, I kind of feel like he's going to be the main protagonist to Mortal Kombat 2 of defeating Shao Kahn. You
I don't know
know,
if he's going to defeat Shao Kahn, but I do like
maybe
that this
I don't
movie is
know.
centered around him. Around him, so I really love
Yeah,
that. This is the movie that starts the tournament because the first one was the beginning of the tournament with those tattoos. If you had that tattoo, you're
we didn't
part of
even
the
have a
tournament.
tournament in
You
the
know.
first one. Like
No,
what
but
tournament?
that was the suppose what I think the director
Yeah.
Simon McQuaid said, which is directing this one, that they had a three movie trilogy idea where the first one will be before the tournament, the second one is the tournament, and the third one will be the aftermath of the tournament.
Okay, that's
Um,
understandable.
so that was their plan. The fact they wanted to go with Cole Young to introduce a new character, obviously that blew back in their face. Um, I do
Yeah, it didn't
remember
go
hearing.
well for them at all. Nope.
What was that?
It didn't go well for them at all introducing Cole Young. Yeah, not a good
Oh
idea.
no, no. I mean, I'm glad they. I wish they showed that. What I wish they showed a tease that they were going to kill him off. But
Kill him right in the beginning, like I said, pull a Mortal Kombat
just
Annihilation off.
yeah, I think that's what everybody fans are going to say. Just do what you did to Johnny Cage and the Annihilation. Because Annihilation, as a kid, I was pissed they killed off Johnny Cage. I'm like Johnny
Oh,
Cage was
same.
parts. of the first movie, and that was all towards what's his name? I think it was London. That was all towards what's his name? Da, 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 da. Lyndon Ashby. I just want to make sure I got it correct. I don't want to say Ashley. Lyndon Ashby, who played Johnny Cage in the original movie, which also lent his voice in the one of the latest video games too, which was awesome.
Yeah,
Um, he was really good in that movie. He was a standout. It was Sam and Robin show, and the lady who was the actress to play Sonya Blade. Da, da, da. Bridget Wilson, yeah, she was in Billy Madison's afterwards. So she was another one. The three of them were their chemistry was great. I mean, I know the studio rushed for. I know New Lines rushed for a second one, but bringing back Robin Shaw and letting Bridget leave and letting Lyndon leave was really stupid. And killing off Johnny Cage was really dumb too. But because that really hurt any chance for a third movie.
yeah,
Because I remember for the longest time, Mortal Kombat was in development of hell for like at least 20 years before we got the new 2021 movie.
true.
Um,
Because like Mortal
yeah,
Kombat Annihilation was just like God. I was so amped when I was a kid. We're getting ready to see that, my friends, and when you saw it, you're like, "What is this? I love Power Rangers, but this is not what Mortal Kombat is supposed to be."
yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into the trailer. The special effects looks really good in this. The action looks really good. I like Katana in this. I know she's going to be another centered character in this besides Carl Urban's Johnny Cage. She's being
Yeah.
played by Adeline Rudolph, who was in the Hellboy movie that came out last year,
Hmm.
the very low budget one. So she was in
Yeah.
that. She wasn't bad in that, in my opinion. It's just it was a low quality movie, but I like that she's getting a step up with this movie. So we also get a. I like that we got Jessica McAnamy coming back as Sonya Blade. She was another stand in the first one. Obviously, we saw a tease of Josh Lawson's Kano from the first one, which she was another stand in the first one.
Hmm.
Mendy Lin, who played Liu Kang in the first one, he's back, which I like to see if he's going to do more with Liu Kang, or allowed to be doing more with Liu Kang. Is he going to be the Mortal Kombat champion? Is he the one that's going to have that fight with Shao Kahn, or
Yeah.
Shang Tsung, are they going to switch it? That's the other question I have. Are they going to change it where it's Shang Tsung stepping out and Shao Kahn steps in, you know? So I'm very curious to see how much they're going to really follow from the video games because once Liu Kang beat Shang Tsung, um, I think in Mortal Kombat, yeah, I was in Mortal Kombat 1 and then Mortal Kombat 2. I'm trying to remember too much because the
I
original
think like
stories.
I mean, like even so, when that first Mortal Kombat movie came out, like the remake one, I was really excited for it, hyped about it, whatever. And due to the fact with the pandemic and stuff like that, I watched it on Max, and I was extremely disappointed with that film.
Yeah. But trying to get back to the video games, I'm not really talking about the
Uh,
movies. With part two, I think like Mortal Kombat 2, they think they took Johnny Cage out because you saw her and Sonya Blade, him and Sonya Blade like
yeah,
tied up. So like I wonder like that was the actual tournament. Liu Kang won. And then Shao Kahn was pissed and broke all the rules and entered Earth or invade mortal realm.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that might
Because
actually be it.
I think that's what three is going to be, where like this movie will probably end with Shao Kahn breaking the rules because he lost, and now they're gonna,
Yeah,
he's gonna
nice.
enter
Anything goes in the
Earth
tournament.
realm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
he'll enter Earth realm. Hopefully they do a better job than Annihilation did. Um,
Yeah.
that's my theory. I mean, they could go in any kind of directions in this one. Because in
True.
the video, I think in the games, I know in the recent remake video games and stuff they've done recently, because they did a reboot or something with Mortal Kombat 1 and
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat. They did two somewhat semi reboots
Yeah.
where yeah, where they kind of changed some stuff up, but like they try kept it in line, like a soft reboot, and then they kind of went back and kind of brought everything back at the end, I guess, which if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah. I can
yeah,
understand that.
you know,
I mean, like I said, man, you honestly could be like right about that 100% because it makes a
yeah,
lot of sense. Like, Shao Kahn gets pissed at Liu Kang for like winning the tournament, so he just decides to break all the rules, and we see that in the third one.
yeah,
And I'm
and
honestly hoping this is very successful because I want it to be. It needs to make up for one.
Yeah, the look for Shao Kahn looks fucking amazing. You can't even
Oh,
tell that's
it
a
looks
real.
badass. Did you
You,
see that, bro?
you
I
can't even
was like,
tell if he's. You can't even tell if it's an actual person. It's just how they presented him. You got the red eyes glowing, the skull, and everything. You're just like, this is not a Shao Kahn. Um, the actor who plays him is a Martin Ford, who looks really good as Shao Kahn. We're very curious to see more of his performance, but just the look and the presentation we've seen so far, that this is the Shao Kahn that we've been waiting for to see in live action. The previous Shao Kahns we've seen in Mortal Kombat Annihilation and Mortal Kombat Conquest, probably Mortal Kombat Legacy as well. Uh, they were not that great. Where this, we're
yeah,
finally getting the intimidating, scary presence of Shao Kahn, like you see in the video games.
yeah, that's understandable.
So I really like his look. I thought Jade, because I know people are complaining about her having like no hair, she's bald. I really didn't care. I mean, Jade, in my opinion, you're not going to get everything we want from the video games. They're going to change some stuff up with the characters. That's how
Right.
they try to different between the games and the movies. It didn't really bother me. I mean, I'm very curious to see more of her, more of the actress' performance and what else they do with her. She's played by Tati Gabrielle. I don't know much about her, but I'm very curious to see what kind of performance she brings. Michad Brooks, who played Jax in the first one, he was known for playing Jimmy Olsen, the Supergirl. He's
Yep.
playing Jax again, so we'll see if he has a bigger role in this. I don't remember too much of him in the first one, because I think the first one they focus obviously Louis Tan's Cole Young. You got a little bit of Sonya Blade, you got a little bit of Liu Kang, and then you got a little bit of Kong Lao. Kong
You
Lao
got
thought was
Kano
yeah.
coming back. Kano is back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they show in the trailer he's back. It does look like they enter like some kind of afterlife or some kind of maybe Quan Chi's realm, because Quan Chi is, I want to say he's death or something. I can't fully remember from the games, but because Quan Chi's supposed to be in this movie too, so it's possible we see Earth's defenders go into like some kind of afterlife realm where they find Scorpion, you find Noob Sabot, Kano, Kong Lao, which I think has a quick teaser in the trailer as well, a quick shot. So
Yeah.
um, obviously the studio knows what worked in the first movie, and they want to bring it back in the second movie, which was Kano, Kong Lao. Were the two big standouts in that first movie, so they're giving you something more with the two of them, which I'm excited for. Which I really like. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to tie in. I think the biggest question I have: are we going to get an actual tournament? Are we going to get an actual winner out of the tournament?
I believe so.
Yeah. The other thing I want to mention, because in the games, Shao Kahn or Shang Tsung, who represented Shao Kahn, uh, has beaten Earth, I think, 7 or 8 times. So this would be the last time Earth had a chance to really win Mortal Kombat. Because if they lose, Shao Kahn takes over. So I wonder if they're still going to follow up that story, because we did see.
What'd you say? You broke up.
That's weird. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. You just broke up a little bit.
Yeah,
Starting.
my internet kind of dipped a little bit. I don't know why. Like I was trying to say, in the video games, and some of the stories out there where like Earth kind of like has lost, I think 7 or 8 times, and if they lose one more,
Yeah.
Earth goes to Shao Kahn or Earth Realm. Um, so
Yeah, I
I
remember
wonder if
that.
they're still going to follow that kind of storyline, or are they going to change it up? Because the tally
It
marks
might.
look like Earth has won a few times, and Shao Kahn has won a few times. So that's going to be very interesting too. If that's the direction to go with. Um, but we are going to see. I think we're definitely leaving Earth, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on Earth. We're definitely going to be spending a lot of time in some of these other places that we're familiar with in the video games, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, um, we got a little bit of shots of Scorpion where he does, get over here, and that was awesome. We got Shao Kahn saying finish him, and we hear fatalities. That's great. They're really kind of throwing the game, famous, quotes or famous lines from the video games into the movie, which you heard in '95 as well, with Shang Tsung saying "finish him" and fatality at some point. So and Scorpion saying "get over here." So I'm glad they brought those elements back for this movie.
Right.
What do you think of
Yeah.
Scorpion? That quick shot of Scorpion we got, that looked really
I thought it
awesome.
was really awesome. To be perfectly honest,
Yeah,
very
I
well.
liked.
Looks good.
Yeah, no, go ahead, man.
No, it looks very well done and everything like that. You could tell. they're honestly trying to put a lot of effort into the sequel. You know?
Yeah, I mean they're having a lot of fun with it. And the trailer just tells you this is gonna be a fun video game movie. If you love Mortal Kombat, you love action, martial arts, because we don't really get a lot of really good martial arts movies anymore,
Yeah.
compared to the '80s and '90s, where I think like somewhere in the early 2000s kind of went away. I think we got a few good IP mans, which were really good, and by Donnie Yen, and I think somewhere down the line they kind of stop really like showcasing them. We had a few the last couple of years. I think Monkey Man was one last year, which was pretty interesting,
Mm.
but it wasn't really like a full contact sport martial arts movie or something. But it had some. I think this year the martial arts we're going to see is in the Rock movie that comes out in October, The Machine,
Right.
the Fighting Machine or something like that. So we don't really get a lot of good martial arts movies like we did back in those days. So this is really nice to have a nice refresher from that. And obviously it's a video game, but um, what do you think of Noob Saibot? Do you think that's the only time we're seeing him is when he gets ripped apart by Scorpion?
No, I think there's going to be more to it or whatever. I can understand if some people are kind of upset and say, "Oh, I don't want to see the film now." I would just wait before anything. I mean, I don't think they should have showed that at all in the trailer. That's giving stuff away, you know?
Yeah, but they're teasing you something. I don't think that's the end of Noob Saibot or
No.
Baihan.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't see that. I think there's more to him. I do wonder if we're going to get a Sub Zero Junior or they're saving him for the third one. Because in Mortal Kombat 3, the game, that's when we get Sub Zero Junior.
Yeah, they're probably going to save it for the third one, to
You
be
know,
perfectly honest. Yeah.
because in Mortal Kombat 2, whether you watch the reboot or remake from the video games or the early ones, you do get a Sub Zero Junior in those games.
True.
So
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they're saving him. I do know they didn't show him. They didn't show Quan Chi. You
Hmm.
got a quick shot of Queen Sindel, which I'm very curious to see more of her.
I haven't
Uh,
showed that much of her or anything like that. I just seen like one like shot of it and everything of her screaming.
yeah. So yeah, they're letting you know she's there, but you get enough of that. I mean, the main focus characters in this, it's obviously Johnny Cage, Katana, Sonya Blade. Those are your three main characters with Raiden, which is pretty cool too.
Yep.
I do like we get more Lord Raiden looking more like Raiden. Same actor's back to play him as well. Tadanabu, excuse me, butchering the name, but he played in the first one. He's back for the second one. He looks more like Raiden.
Yeah, he
This
does.
is
Yeah,
yeah.
it's true. Yeah.
Even the music in this, how they really presented the music in the trailer, I thought really did a good job hyping you up what you were getting. A
Yeah.
very action packed, fast paced, one
I'm
liner type
honestly,
movie.
I'm honestly hoping we get more Liu Kang in this too. Hopefully,
Yeah,
yeah,
me too. I mean, Lady Lynn, I thought did okay in the last one. I mean, people wanted him to be the main character. 'Cause, with 95, he was the main character, and in the games, he was really a centered character. Um,
yeah.
the way he was treated in that over Cole Young, it sucks. Um, I do wonder if Cole Young ends up becoming the new Scorpion. Maybe that's how they really kill him off, and then he comes back as a resurrected Scorpion or something.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Because he is technically related to Scorpion.
He is.
So maybe that's like a new I don't know Scorpion Junior or Scorpion something. Maybe they do something with that. Maybe I guess to kind of like flip it some way. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see if they can pull it off. But as long as you kill off Cole Young, I think everybody would be happy to see him get killed off.
Yeah,
Obviously, that was a studio decision, but you know, right now the trailer is telling us the studios listen to the fans and they're trying to give you a fan service movie, which I'm all for.
agreed.
The other character we might be seeing is King Gerard. Obviously, we saw a quick shot of Shang Tsung. We didn't see, like I said, we didn't see Quan Chi. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else we're going to be seeing in this movie
Do
that
you
we
think we'll
haven't seen
see?
yet?
I'm trying to think. Do you think we'll see Smoke in there?
Uh, Maybe, or we see Cyrax. I can see Cyrax being in the third one. I can see some of
Yeah,
these
I can see that happening.
because I think like they're planning this to be like a trilogy movie set, so I can see Mortal Kombat 3 having a
Yeah,
lot of the other.
also Sheba would be in the third one too, I believe. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Hmm. Do you think it would be awesome to see Reptile brought back again since he was killed off early in the first film?
I can see that. I mean, I want to say never say never. Yeah, I can see Cyrax coming back. Cable. I mean, for Mortal Kombat 3, the third movie, I can see Cyrax, Cable, Nightwolf, Sector,
Yeah,
and Shiva and Striker being a big part of the third one.
yeah, agreed.
With Sub Zero Junior being involved as well, and maybe Johnny Cage and Liu Kang and Shang Tsung, Liu Kang and Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah, I can see that really happening. I'm honestly hope this does like make a good amount of money, and it's better than the first one, and it makes up for the mistakes that it made, and it does a fantastic job. You know.
yeah, yeah. The other thing with Mortal Kombat 3, the video game, is that they didn't really give you Scorpion until they did like an extended cut or a second edition or
Yeah.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Where in that one they brought back Scorpion. I think they brought back Scorpion. Yeah, they did. Scorpion came back. So
No, I believe it.
yeah, just to go back to that to what we saw in to the end of the trailer. I think that was Hell that we saw because we know Afterlife, so they're probably in Hell. That's probably
Yeah.
how Nope Sabot. That's probably how Kano's there. Scorpion's there. We obviously see that Johnny Cage does have some kind of fight with Scorpion, which I'm excited for because I did like the original movie where Johnny Cage had a fight with Scorpion in Goro.
Mhm.
Obviously, Goro's not in this one that we know of because what happened in the first one in a trailer park, which is kind of ridiculous. Um,
Yep.
you know,
Would like to see, like I said, yeah, I would love to see more Sub Zero in this film.
same, same here. We didn't get any shots of Melina in this. I know she was in the first one. I can see her being brought in this one, maybe through Hell because they're going to be in Hell to fight Scorpion.
Yeah, I
Um,
think there's gonna be more. I think there's gonna be another trailer that drops at San Diego Comic Con, I believe, in a couple weeks.
yeah, we are going to be in Outworld a little bit, so I know that some of the shots we saw, they're in Outworld, they're in Hell with Scorpion. I think they're on that island where the Mortal Kombat tournament was being held at.
Right.
Um, Very curious to see what else they present for this movie. But we don't know yet because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be tons of surprises that they're just kind of teasing us with.
I believe they're gonna drop another trailer. They're not just gonna have one. They need to hype up this the most and everything to make up for the first one. Warner Brothers know
Yeah,
they really messed
yeah.
up.
I mean, this is my third most anticipated movie of the year. The first one was 28 years later, Superman, and now this. So, I'll take this trailer. I don't need to see any more trailers. I'm all set.
Hmm.
You got my money. I'm seeing this movie in theaters.
Oh, we're definitely gonna
You know.
see it. We'll grab the tickets and everything. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this movie came out in 2021, but we were still in that COVID time period where like not everybody went to the movie theaters. But Mortal Kombat, the 2021 was the most watched movie on HBO Max. So
Yeah.
I do think the hype's going to be real for this one. I think that this movie could probably make maybe $300 million in the box office. I could easily see it make 300 easily. Word to mouth, the fan base, and how people are just wanting a better or good Mortal Kombat movie.
Yep.
You know, because the '95 movie, in my opinion, is still like one of easily the best video game adaptation. I mean, I know people say Sonic or Super Mario, but for a movie that came out in '95 and really held that spot for like almost 30 years, for about 30 years, because ironically, this movie comes out 30 years after the original movie came out.
Yeah.
Um, you know, to me that's still a high standard and like a high regard for top 10, top 5 video game movies of all time.
No, absolutely.
You
I
know,
mean,
um,
let's just be honest with ourselves. The Mortal Kombat movie, that it's a classic, is the first Mortal Kombat movie, and to me, it's still a great video game movie to this day. I love it.
right? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think what other things we can talk about with this movie. I know with this movie they got a couple of new screenwriters, not the same screenwriter who wrote the first movie.
Yeah.
Jeremy Slater, who is pretty solid screenwriter. He was, I think, one of the head writers for the Exorcist TV show, which was the first season was phenomenal, by the way.
Oh, really? He's doing it. Oh, let's go. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
the first
he
was
he was part of
fantastic.
that yeah he was part of that TV show writer group, which I'm like, all right, cool, that makes sense. He also wrote. He also obviously wrote the Fantastic Four remake movie, which was really awful. I mean, who knows how much he really had? Who knows how much of it was actually his idea and not the studio that probably scrapped the whole thing. Um,
Right.
you know, he wrote the Death Note movie that I think
Are
was
you
on
talking about the
Netflix.
Netflix one? Oh God, no.
Yeah, it was a Netflix one. He co-wrote that one. He also he did the Umbrella Academy, which was pretty good. I did like Umbrella
Hmm.
Academy. He wrote. He was one of the executive and head writers for Moon Knight, which wasn't too bad. So he knows how to write a lot of action. He knows how to write action, and he understands the lore of stuff, like we saw with the Exorcist and Umbrella Academy.
Yep.
But he did also co-wrote. I think he co-wrote. Yeah, he co-wrote it. The Godzilla Kong New Empire movie, which was pretty fun. It wasn't a bad movie at all. I thought it was a fun movie. Um,
Yeah.
so so the guy knows how to. He understands franchises. He understands what audience are looking for, especially since he was co-writing a big franchise movie like Godzilla and Kong. Um, so I'm pretty sure that we got a writer that kind of understands what it takes with Mortal Kombat. So I'm pretty confident we'll have something pretty solid with this.
Yeah. I'm honestly hoping it does succeed.
Yeah, I agree. Um, we mentioned the music. I know the music looked pretty good in this. The fighting styles with Johnny Cage looked pretty cool. Obviously they have stunt doubles, which is cool. I get it.
You're giving
I
like
can't.
a bunch of
Yeah.
clues away and everything in the trailer. If you've seen what I'm talking about,
Which part? What kind of clues?
where Johnny Cage says he doesn't have any powers, like or anything like that. He's just I'm an actor. You know.
I'm a handsome actor,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, we know that he gets power at the end, like the shadow kick. So I know that they're building up when he gets that power.
I'm getting
Um,
I'm getting these vibes, and I think they are gonna make him the main protagonist. I could be wrong about that. You know.
well, he's definitely well, he's obviously the main protagonist. I mean, if you're gonna bring a familiar face of Carl Urban to play a character,
Right.
I would think you're going to make him the center of your movie. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't bring him in here and you don't up the budget if you don't do that. I mean, Louis Tan, which people are not happy with the Cole Young stuff, you got to scrap it. You got to really either kill him off, write him off. You do something with that
Hey,
character if they're really in there.
listen. All they gotta do is just kill him off 2 minutes in the beginning. Like I said, just pull a Mortal Kombat Annihilation off, only with Cole Young. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, I expect them to do that too. I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to keep this character long. I mean, the trailer kind of shows two shots of him, and he's just kind of a secondary character. Even when you look at the credits listing, I mean, Louis Tan is really like number six, number seventh in terms of
Yeah.
credit line. So
Uh,
he's definitely a character that's going to be on the back burner in this movie, which as he should be.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm not gonna
some
lie, but I would love to see Cole Young die in the most brutal death a Shao Kahn can possibly ever imagine with the fatality. I say do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. It's crazy because like I remember when Louis Tan was cast for Mortal Kombat, a lot of fans were thinking Sub Zero, maybe Liu Kang, Kung Lao. Instead,
Yep.
they said they're introducing a whole new character, which really pissed a lot of fans off. And was like, "What are you doing? Like, you have all these characters that fans know. Why can't you pick one of them?" Um, but clearly,
Probably.
Warner Brothers learned from that mistake.
Yeah, I honestly hope they do. I mean, even so, what they wanted to do is because like the OC character thing was so popular then, and people were making it in video games and everything like that. But they should have known better. This wasn't going to work. Period. At
No,
all.
no, absolutely not. Um, do we have anything else we want to talk about with Mortal Kombat? I feel like we've kind of
Oh yeah, we're gonna have more
talked a lot.
fatalities in this. We're gonna
Oh
have
yeah,
a
more
bunch of more
fatalities.
fatalities in this. You know what they're cooking up. Like seriously,
Yeah, I mean, I
looks
know the Red
brutal.
Band trailer had more curse words than brutalities, but I think they're saving some of the brutalities for the movie. The one
Yeah.
big brutality was what Scorpion does to Noob Saibot, which I thought, okay, cool. Like I like that. I like they kind of gave you something to know what you're getting with this movie.
Yep.
Um, I mean, Scorpion in this is fucking look. He looks phenomenal in this. Baraka, I thought he looked pretty good. Just more touch up on some of these special effects because when he talks, it just something's not right there. Maybe they could try to touch it up a little bit. That'll be great.
Right.
Um, but the set pieces and the outer realm, outworld, hell, and some other places that they're in looks really cool. Like the looks pretty cool and it looks very very good for special
Yeah.
effects.
Oh, what they're
You know?
doing with it, it looks fantastic, dude.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like we covered everything with this movie. I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
Not really. I mean, they're probably gonna, like I said, they are probably gonna drop another trailer. Like San Diego Comic Con is gonna be coming up soon. You know?
Yeah, like I see Liu Kang fighting Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah.
I don't see Shao Kahn fighting Liu Kang in this one. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Liu Kang versus Shang Tsung. Um,
One thing I'm gonna
you
say
know,
right now: don't make Shao Kahn lazy. It doesn't look like he's gonna be, because like, let me just tell you, the last movie, Shang Tsung was a lazy. Like, bro, what are you doing?
yeah, absolutely.
He just decided to be unlazy when he took like Kung Lao's soul, and I'm just like, you piece of, like, really, dude.
Yeah, you killed the one character that was the most likable thing in that movie. It's like I'm not sure how much stuff Jack's gonna have in this. I'm not sure how much. Well, I think Sonya Blade's gonna have a much bigger role in this one because I know she was like the
Agreed.
love interest for Johnny Cage in the video game, so I really see
Yeah.
them kind of playing with that idea. And
Yeah.
Nat McNamee, like I said earlier, she was good as Sonya Blade in the first movie. I liked her so far in what I saw in the trailer, but I do see her being like the big female lead in this one. Where Katana is kind of like the introduction to like the outer world and some of the other places that we're familiar with the video games.
Yeah.
Um, do we have anything else you want to add? Anything else? I think that we've kind of
I think that's basically it. I mean, we mostly covered like everything about it, the fatalities, the characters, how good this movie's going to be compared to the first one. It has like a fighting chance, which I do believe it might actually really succeed. You know?
yeah. And the remake Mortal Kombat One, Johnny Cage, you know, Liu Kang created a second new timeline while stopping Kron. You know, if you remember the other game before Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
11,
I do.
uh, in this one, Johnny Cage becomes a powerless and struggling actor whose expensive lifestyle drives away his ex-wife.
Yeah,
Um, you know, trying to think what was his outcome story in this one.
right. Well, I mean, like, what they're gonna do with this is like, yeah, I think it does. They're putting a lot of like into this, and they don't want to fail with this project compared to
Yeah.
the, yeah.
So I'm just reading like what happened to Mortal Kombat with Johnny Cage. I mean, it kind of seems like he had this whole thing with Kenshi, and some other stuff. So it's very interesting to see how much they go with this because the interesting part in the new game, Mortal Kombat One, Kenshi was like a former Yakuza member. So it's going to be interesting how much they really use Johnny Cage in this.
Yeah,
How much they take from this one um, for the movie.
right.
So that's going to be interesting.
It is. And this will be coming out October 24th. We'll be going to the 23rd to see it, you know?
Oh, better believe it. Can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
But that's going to do it for us. Thank you those who stay tuned and watch. If you like what we're doing, please click a like, subscribe. We'll probably be back to talk about Fantastic Four, the movie that comes out later this week.
Low expectations. I got to go with.
First steps, by the way.
I,
Fantastic Four, first
I
steps.
know. I know.
Yeah, first
Uh,
baby steps.
yeah.
Yeah,
They call it Fantastic Four. First steps, all they want. The film is trash. It is what
yeah.
it is.
But all right, y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching or listening.
Take care, y'all. Peace.
Peace.